Do you think in some cases, or in many cases, this is just a matter of cowardice on the part of the bishops who perhaps just want to kind of go along with what the state's saying and not make waves? We've obviously heard in recent headlines about Protestant pastors being arrested and put in prison for holding services and things like this.
Well, again, I don't know that the ministers should be arrested and put in prison, but they shouldn't be holding big assemblies where there's a lot of people together. It seems to me that's right, but it's beautiful. I mean, they don't even have the body and blood of Jesus in the Eucharist, which we do have. I mean, I want to talk, when I talk about adoration of the Eucharist, I want us to know an adoration of Jesus in the Eucharist, all right? And that we want to receive Jesus in the Eucharist, because people don't understand that when we say I want to receive the Eucharist, we're this is Jesus. They don't have that, all right? So what they have is a communal assembly. It's honestly, I don't mean to offend or denigrate another way of worship, but it's not so important that they get together as that we be able to be in the presence, just to be in the presence, let alone receive the body and blood of Jesus in the Eucharist. So why the bishops aren't doing this? Again, I think the bishops, and it's becoming clearer and clearer, that they have inherited a really weak ecclesial culture, a culture that has made bishops think that it's more important to do what's right in the eyes of the world than to build the kingdom and use the principles that we have in our faith for building the kingdom. And many of the bishops shut the churches, even in Rome. They shut the churches before they were mandated to shut the churches. As a matter of fact, they weren't mandated to shut the churches. And the next day, the Holy Father put out a statement saying, open the churches. That was a mistake. People should have churches open so they can go in and pray. And why can't they trust us to keep the same 6 feet distancing when we go in the church to pray as we do at the grocery store? Right? And that's constant thing that we have to keep coming back to, that this is our spiritual food that is even more essential to us than the food
I don't mind a spot of bourbon at night and can easily go down to the liquor store and grab a bottle or two if I want, but I can't receive our blessed Lord. Hey, if you enjoyed that clip, you will absolutely love the full interview, so click right there to enjoy the whole thing. Also, a big thanks to these groups who made that interview possible. Learn more in the show notes below about these guys. They're absolutely incredible and honored to have them as sponsors. Oh, and also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe and then that bell button. That way YouTube will be forced to let you know when we put out more content.